Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fluent Start, and welcome back to Season 2. Today, I just want to talk again, slowly, calmly, like we're sitting together and sharing thoughts. And the topic today is something I think almost everyone experiences: overthinking. It's such a simple word, but it can feel very heavy sometimes. Overthinking is when your mind doesn't stop. You think about something, and then you think about it again, and again, and again, even when you don't want to. Sometimes it starts with a small situation. Maybe you said something in a conversation, and later, when you were alone, you start thinking about it. Did I say the right thing? Did I sound weird? Maybe I should have said something else. And the more you think, the more uncomfortable you feel. Or maybe it's about the future. You think about your plans, your goals, your decisions, and instead of feeling clear, you feel confused. What if I choose the wrong thing? What if I fail? What if I'm not ready? And suddenly, your mind is full of questions. Too many questions. I think what makes overthinking difficult is that it feels like you are trying to solve something. But instead of finding an answer, you just feel more tired. Your mind keeps moving, but you don't really go anywhere. I've experienced this a lot. Sometimes at night, when everything is quiet, that's when the thoughts come.
You try to relax, but your mind starts remembering things. Small things, old things, things that don't even matter anymore. And you think, why am I still thinking about this? But the thoughts don't stop. I think one of the reasons we overthink is because we want control. We want to understand everything. We want to make the right decision. We want to avoid mistakes. But life doesn't always work like that. Not everything is clear. Not everything has a perfect answer. And maybe that's the part we struggle with. Sometimes overthinking also comes from fear. Fear of being wrong, fear of being judged, fear of not being good enough. And when those feelings are there, our mind tries to protect us by thinking more, by analyzing everything. But instead of helping, it just makes us feel stuck. I've realized that overthinking often happens when we stay in our head too long. We think, but we don't act. We imagine, but we don't move. And the longer we stay there, the harder it becomes to get out. Sometimes the simplest solution is not more thinking, but doing something.
Even a small action. Because action brings clarity, but thinking without action often brings confusion. I also think it's important to remember that not every thought is true. Just because you think something doesn't mean it's real. Sometimes your mind creates stories, negative stories, doubts, fears, and if you believe all of them, it becomes overwhelming. So maybe one small shift is this. Instead of believing every thought, just notice it. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to follow it. Just notice it and let it pass. It sounds simple, but it's not always easy, because when you are inside the thought, it feels very real. But with practice, you start to see the difference. You are not your thoughts. You are the person observing them. And that small awareness can help you feel a little lighter. Another thing I've learned is that sometimes we just need to let things be unclear. Not everything needs an answer right now. Not everything needs to be solved today. And that's okay. Because life is not a straight line. It's messy. It changes. It grows. And sometimes clarity comes later, not when you force it, but when you give it time. I think overthinking becomes stronger when we try too hard to control everything. But when we allow a little uncertainty, a little space, it becomes easier to breathe. And maybe that's enough. Not perfect clarity, not perfect control, just a little peace in your mind. Anyway, that's just something I've been thinking about. Overthinking is something many people don't talk about openly, but almost everyone feels it. And maybe just knowing that you're not alone can already help a little. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope this episode feels calm and a little comforting. And if your mind feels a bit heavy sometimes, just remember, you don't have to solve everything at once. It's okay to pause. It's okay to breathe. Thank you for listening to Fluent Start. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.